Rachel and Rhythm with you here for another edition of In the Know. We are going to talk about the April pattern, the disappointing pattern to start off the month, let's call it. Lots of snow across the country, but coming up, we're going to talk about pattern flips, Pacific air, above seasonal conditions, everything you want to hear as we go into April. There is no sign of tulips and daffodils in that shot in Quebec. Halifax, cold rain with you, and then a little bit of mixing and snow. And look at Calgary. Yeah, this is not the weather I want to see on the 4th of April. BC, though, we've had some nicer conditions, some blue skies, some comfortable weather. We just need that kind of weather to push across the country. Now, meteorologist Rhythm Reet is with us. And Rhythm, let's talk about some pattern changes and sort of what's stuck in our atmosphere as we go through the first week of April.
Well, as we go through the first week of April, we're going to start to see that jet stream linger and break down. But for this weekend, we're going to start off with in the mega block across the country. So those two low pressures that's bringing some trouble across Atlantic Canada is bringing some nicer conditions towards northern Ontario. But Rachel, this is one of my favorite features of the atmosphere because it really plays out when we're taking a look at this trough. All of that moisture, the snow, the rain, and the mixing that we're going to be seeing across Alberta today is just being pushed further into Alberta and really not being able to push anywhere further into the prairies.
It really is such a roadblock. The weather saying, okay, Saskatchewan, you've got some nice stuff. Alberta, you're going to suffer a little bit longer, right?
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about the pattern that will start to change because some nicer weather is on the way for regions that did experience snow.
And this is going to be beautiful conditions for the most populated cities across Canada as we go through the middle of this week. We see that jet stream really start to push further towards the north, and that's going to welcome in more of those warmer conditions and ridging, especially down towards southern Ontario, Quebec, and even into Atlantic Canada.
All right, so let's put this into perspective and show people some of the numbers, because when I think mid-April, I think, okay, 15 degrees would be nice, 17 would be amazing, 20s, you're hitting the jackpot.
And some places in southern Ontario are going to hit that jackpot. But when we take a look, we are going to be looking at those conditions slightly above seasonal, warmer conditions. And I know me and I know my parents, they're going to be outside gardening on Wednesday.
Oh, that's going to feel so good. Now, when we get a spell of weather like this, we want to hold on to it. And we're hoping that no more cold pushes of air are coming. Can you talk a little bit about that, Rhythm?
Well, luckily, no cold Arctic air is coming, but cold air will still be coming. When we take a look at the blue further towards north, that's that Arctic air. But as we go through this week, we get a Texas low that's going to be pulling that troughing right over southern Ontario. But with it, it's going to be more Pacific air that pushes on in. So still cold air can be expected, but not very cold when we're taking a look at the temperatures as well.
All right, now I notice in the trough, there's an area of low pressure there. Springtime storms, they can be intense. Let's talk about this developing Texas low.
And Rachel, April showers bring May flowers.
Okay, good spin on it.
And that's what we want to stick with this. We have this low that will be bringing plenty of rain across regions of southern Ontario and into Atlantic Canada as we head towards the middle of the week. We just had that Colorado low push across regions of southern Ontario, and that brought plenty of showers, but luckily it will mean less snow up towards areas of Quebec and Atlantic Canada that did see that snow push on through.
All right, Rhythm, thanks so much for breaking that down. I just want to show the audience those Saturday conditions for next weekend, just so you can sort of see a little bit of that change that's coming, still holding on to the double digits. But remember, as seasonal rapidly rises throughout the month of April, we do expect those temperatures to grow and grow, so a touch just below.